All right, Grand Rising, everyone, and welcome back. It is Shalonda or Shay Seeking. And yeah, I'm just sitting here and, I was just thinking, the ancestors be playing too much. I think they be trying to get me to like jog my memory and think back on things, right? So I was just sitting here right now and I'm thinking like, okay, so, somebody been, the soulmate been, we've been separated, for a little bit now, maybe like 3 months when we actually said it. Okay. Again, and I'm getting used to the spiritual realm. I'm getting used to this kind of energy here, just trying to figure out what's going on when it comes to what I've been here, what I've been called to do, what I'm saying, on this journey. I went through that whole long process for the past 2 years. And now all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's this abrupt stop, right? It's like everybody's been feeding off of my energy and building up my empire behind my back, okay? Knowing that I'm called to do something that has to do with clarifying some things, not to come here to fit into this, what we got going on already, but to change it, right? But again, if the people can keep me here as a source or a vassal, dig into my Akashic records, do these things, plan these weddings, have these secret parties and meetings and things that are all behind my back. And this is like I said, this is somewhat, again, to the point of me seeing myself as the empress this whole time, but also seeing myself in a masculine sense. But then looking at the tarot community and, everybody in the beginning was like probably about 3 months ago when I found the community, it was everything like divine masculine, playing too much. So I feel like at that time it was geared more talking about what the divine masculine was doing. But again, I'm looking at the divine masculine as the masculine energy that I'm having telepathic communication with, right? And so I was kind of like thinking, but sometimes I'm like, damn, is it me? And I'm just not getting it. Like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? And I feel like everybody else was coming up or whatever. I ain't tripping because I'm like, okay, my day gonna come. But what made me upset is, like I said, it seemed like somebody was holding me back on my platforms and then with my finances. So again, being a business owner, why, if I've just been doing fine running a business, what I'm saying? Why would I even think to go out and get a job until I realized that my accounts were under attack? Okay. And so, what I'm saying? Now I'm getting back into doing things, but I'm like, wait a minute. This is just too easy. Somebody want me to go back to regular life when again, when we first started this journey, it was talking about, like the road to the White House or being president one day or being that Christ energy that would be that star, that would be that person that's anointed, that had been pulled out of a lowly place and placed into, cleansed by source, sit with God, walking with God like Enoch, what I'm saying, and going and taking the seat at the throne. And again, in this case, the throne will be in Washington, D.C., wouldn't it? So I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, wait a minute. So this feels like there's a lot of like, conspiring and stuff going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of conspiring going, people being real secretive. And I'm just seeing all these things going on. So I'm thinking like, wait a minute, it'd be real funny. I haven't seen, and remember I kept bringing up the fact I haven't seen, the president in the White House in a while. I said, haven't seen him in the White House. I haven't seen him. Every time we talking to him, he outside the White House or he's somewhere else signing something. I ain't seen him I ain't seen him signing anything on the tabernacle. I mean, I haven't seen him signing anything on the Resolute desk. Okay. And so I'm just thinking like, or we could call it an arc. Well, because I look at it kind of like looks the same to me. But anyways, so again, I know that you're not, if it's holy or whatever, you're not supposed to be touching it. And there was some presidents that couldn't even have the Resolute. I did a video on the Resolute desk if you want to go back and look at it. But there was some presidents that couldn't even have it. Some people didn't want it. I think they took it out and then one of the presidents took it out and then brought it back. So, like I said, I feel like there's this energy here. And then I was just having a dream. It wasn't even like a dream, right? Because again, with having so-called narcolepsy, right? Sometimes like I go into REM sleep like immediately. Like it takes people like 15 minutes, I think, and I go into sleep like immediately, right? So I was sitting here and I was just kind of resting my eyes, and then I was having a dream, and it was kind of like, I was helping this it was a little girl and her sisters or whatever outside. She came and she stuck her middle fingers up at me. And then I said, hey, why would you do that or whatever? I said, don't, And I think I said, don't do that. You don't stick your, that's not, ladylike. And I said, that's rude or whatever. You don't do that. And, they were coming to my window. It was kind of like, I was in a place or something like that where I sold stuff, like outside of a, like a, how, like an ice cream truck, right? But it was a building. And it just so happened to be on my old, just so happened to be the window of my old childhood home. And then the little girl asked to use the bathroom, and my young daughter was in there with us. And I was like in the window that's next to the bathroom. And so I let the little girl go in and use the bathroom. And then she came and then she ended up coming back out. And then she said something, she wanted something or whatever, but she didn't have any money or something. And so I gave her something like a cookie or something like that or whatever. And she was excited. And her sisters had walked away kind of quickly and left her. So I kind of like looked out the window to make sure that she got around the corner. And then the little girl, they left or whatever. And then right after that, it was like back in the 70s, early 80s, motherfuckers in fur coats, you know what I'm saying? But they were kind of like dressed kind of like flapper, but kind of like 70s, I don't know. They were just dressed. And for some reason, I guess there was like a secret something underneath the garage in the backyard. And I'm just sitting there like, like in regular clothes, like dressed like somebody grandma or whatever, tending to children in the neighborhood or whatever, teaching them or, correcting people, children or whatever, teaching them things. And then all these people is like getting dressed and they like couples and stuff dressed all up and they're going into the garage. But little do I know the garage is really like a secret passage to go to some kind of party at like a big mansion or a big house. I'm just thinking like, you know what? Why is something telling me something, man? Something that's telling me there's this whole something going on, man, behind the scenes. It's like people that, is it like people that's supposed to be running for president in another year? Is that just throwing that out there because the people is actually really acting as president right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, hold on. Because it's like, whatever this is, it's like my so-called friends or foes or arch enemies or whatever. It's a mixture of them. And it feels like whatever they're doing, you know what I'm saying? It's like conspiring to actually, they're already working from the White House or they are, and we're just using cold key names as to who's doing what, when, and where. But I've already had several visions about this. There's, again, we've already talked about this on this channel, but I said, you have to stop right here and say, what did you start this for? What is this journey for? Remember what you did it for. Right. And I don't know why there's a quote. There was a writing again when this first started, right? It was on Instagram or whatever. Now this is when, I feel like that there was, signs and symbols in text and messages from the divine masculine. Okay. And there was nothing you could tell me that would make me think that these wasn't his words, because it would be like we were having a whole like conversation about something, it's like get back and forth in your head. But then, I would wake up in the morning and he would always make sure to write something that was inspiring something from and so I kind of missed that. Okay. But and it makes me want to go back and look at that. And again, this is not about no personal relationship. This is not about nobody, because I've noticed, right? I've noticed that there was some rumors, reports or whatever about somebody putting up a restraining order against somebody. But then again, it's this energy here. Okay. It makes me think that something happened to someone and they're pushing, they're within me. Right. Because today I kept thinking, when it said the Lord God placed a man in the east of the garden. So I look at the garden as this whole land mass. Okay. I also look as the garden from where the center, the tree of life or whatever, is in the center, right? So that makes me think about the Midwest, right? So I also think about like within my neighborhood. I feel like this is a very sacred, holy place here. Okay. I feel like this is Jerusalem, you know what I'm saying? And also has something to do with ancient Rome and then Germantown and things like that. So it's kind of like this kind of area or whatever. There's just, the soil is soft and it's just a mysterious kind of place, especially at night, right? And it is kind of like a garden, lots of trees and everything like this. So I look at I look at it in that sense too, like focal point of like location. But then I also know that the mind is a garden too. It's a secret garden, right? So again, that makes me think about the song Secret Garden by Barry White, because it's something very sacred and very otherworldly about that fucking song. Okay, it's something very tantric, something very, I haven't figured it out yet, you know what I'm saying? But that was one of the songs that used to come on a lot, like in the summertime here. Okay, on my Pandora. So again, I noticed that everything is changing, something is shifting. Yes, something has closed out or whatever, but I do feel like the ancestors are saying, wait a minute, you got to remember why you started this. You supposed to be in that White House. What you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? You haven't seen Biden in there, really. You're supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? You were the one that was chosen. It's almost like Moana, like the ocean chose you. Okay. And I told y'all before, it feels like I can see something in my back. It's like something in my subconscious has been blocked. And I can see a woman on my dime with dowry or something that is given or gotten from a masculine being with me, whether it's a common law relationship, something that I don't know about, a conservatorship or a marriage or something. Okay. It seems like, again, this is the thing about the energy of finding that death certificate of a husband from 10 years ago and wondering what the fuck is going on here with me and my children's name on it. So it's like, I hear somebody saying, I'm sorry, I didn't want to lie to you, but I needed an easy way out. All right. These are some lyrics from a song. Okay. Y'all can always Google the songs and then that'll give you who it was, what it was, where. Okay. So I'm thinking like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, what if it's something like that again? What if this person, because, again, somebody, like I said, the soulmate ended up having COVID and he's been off work for 3 months. And this been, I'm telling you, when he goes, it's something in my soul. Something in my soul. Something is saying, you got to follow somebody sometime. You got to get your ass up. You got to see what is going on. Okay. So it's either that or somebody that's connected to his energy, which would be maybe one of the twin flame or the twin ray. All right. So this Taurus, Gemini, Scorpio energy, whatever it is, it seemed like at some point in time, they chose to go against me with other king energies here. And these kings could be feminine energies. All right. Right. So it's like everybody's having this whole party and everything, running my fucking kingdom while I'm sitting here with these puzzles and codes and shit, trying to break codes and stuff. And Doris just said, enough. You already know. You got the tea. You already know. You know exactly what energy you was when Trump was in. You know exactly what energy you in when Biden is in. You would know exactly that the 400 years is over. You know exactly who you are. So why is you playing? All right. So I just got to know something. So again, I don't know. This is something like out of, I'm not trying to speak too much on what my plans are, but this is something like outside of the park that I'm just, I'm saying I'm already going within, and it's like I got to do something. Something is saying you got to do something, because I keep hearing something like there's no more water there. So the chance for me was when the water was there, but and I feel like these people think that they have won because they have overtaken something, but it's going to be a surprise because they already know who it is. I already know what it is, and I will be starting this project here of speaking on terms of something realistic when it comes to something that's going on. Somebody is dead wrong about something, and I will be finding out what's going on. This is our country. We want to be free. We don't want to be lied to. We don't want to be tricked. If somebody got to do all this lying and scanning and monitor and surveillance and silencing someone and hiding their images and things like that, somebody's prepping for something. Somebody's prepping for something. They're either prepping for some kind of wedding. That something is going on here, but this will be illegal. This is some, and something came to me like, I heard a reader say, yeah, somebody is now an 80-year-old woman. And I knew this was one of these women. So these women have had these relationships with these masculines throughout this time. These masculines are supposed to be dedicated to me. But at some point in time, again, I've never met the twin flame and the twin ray. But I feel like they maybe have met me, right? Through astro something. Okay, possibly. I don't know. But it would be shit that I would not be able to remember. See, because by blocking that part of me, they may get frustrated because I can't communicate all the time and I can't see everything that I would need to see. So they may get frustrated. But at the same time, it's what somebody had done to me. You see what I'm saying? To block me. Because again, let's just keep it real. I feel like what this is somebody thought that they found something better. The grass was greener. They dressed it up. They put lipstick on a pig. They want to go ahead and put it in the seat of the empress or the king or the emperor or whatever. And it's just not going to happen. All right. So this is what it is. I feel like this is, you're dealing with narcissistic, cuckoo people that want to call you crazy because you like to ask questions. All right. And you like to challenge these things that just don't sound right. The ancestor source, my soul, everything in me is telling me that somebody thought they could build back better with Biden, where Trump wanted to make America great again. And I think that there is something that is calling and telling me that if these people may not even be, listen, I'm just telling you what I'm saying. Because we do know about mind control and things like that in the so-called, what they used to talk about in the so-called conspiracy community, right? So we do know that they can there's a way where certain things can be wiped out of your memory here. So I think that these people think that they got all documents changed. They got this. They just make sure my inheritance is whatever. And I do think when it comes to someone, like I told you before, when it comes to somebody left something here. Right. And I would have to see, like I said, I would have to see this person in real time, in real life, live. If I don't see that person within the next week, If I don't see something from Trump or somebody, then something, like I said, something happened. Something has happened. And something has been left. There is, whether it's a note, it could be something as small as a letter. I know what it is, but I'm not going to tell y'all what it is because I got to keep some shit to myself. These people are already tapping into my thoughts and everything like this. I have to keep something to myself. But something has been done. Something unjust, okay, has been done. And we're going to go ahead and find out. I don't know. So I'm starting this thing here. The who? The what? Oh, I don't know. It might be something in one of those drawers right there. But anyway, so yeah, I got to do my own investigation, you know, and that's why I said these people think they, you know, they just left me out of all the plans and everything. And they just think I'm just supposed to be quiet. But I can hear, like, I can sense that these type of media, whether it's somebody at somebody's house, whatever, I feel like there's secret cell phones, there's secret meeting places, there's secret flights, there's secret helicopters, there's all this shit going on behind the scenes. And it's all to keep in it and whatever, while I'm getting direct signals between these two posts right here that I'm sitting in the middle of, you know what I'm saying, that are probably, you know, attacking my brain or some shit in some kind of way. And we won't even go that far because then people are going to just start saying I'm getting outlandish. But again, if you look up, I mean, I think those people should research. And that's all I'll say. They should research 5G or fifth generation energy. All right. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm just sitting here. It's and then it's funny because right now I just said, okay, you know, there's this thing. Okay, something is telling me, like I said, something keeps telling me spring. All right. But something also keeps telling me 3, 7, something, you know, I think that, again, for the past couple of weeks or so, I feel like, again, there's been a very draining energy. I can feel the attacks coming in, lots of groups, you know, spiritual attacks or whatever. I know what it feels like when they do that. I was stuck in that energy for about 3 years, actually, for one time. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember what that felt like. So when I started to step back into that, I said, this is that same shit they was using on me about 10 years ago. Okay. Before I knew anything about any of this, anything. So I started thinking about the show Scandal. And I'm like, you know, you should binge watch just a couple of specific, you know, episodes that you remember. But at the same time, I'm like, nah, I don't even need to. I know what's going on. We already mentioned this, I think, a while back. I already know what's going on. And I feel like somebody's very close to something here, or they already did something that is illegal. You know what I'm saying? Where they may be trying to get married, or something has happened here, regardless of what it is, between the past 10, 20, 15 years. That's it. Somebody's living a double life. Okay. Somebody is definitely living a double life. This might have something to do with this situation, but it may not even, no, somebody's living a double life. And they have been for some time now. I mean, they could have whole children and everything in another location. Straight up. And I just been oblivious or clueless to it. Okay. And I feel like whatever this is, it has something to do with this situation that's going to be going on, because there's not going to be, you know, everybody's talking about like the campaign. I mean, like 2024 and everything like that. I don't think that, you know, there's no real hype about, like, they're talking about these voting laws, but I think it's more so to keep certain people from being able to vote. Okay. But I don't think that there is no more. That was the last. It was one of them videos I'm going to have to go back to on my channel. That was there's not really going to be no more voting. Everything else is going to be some kind of, it's going to be fake. There's not supposed to be, the Christ energy is here, and that energy is going to rule. And that's just the bottom line. I don't think that there's going to be any more. They can say that, but again, prophetically, I feel like they're wrong. Somebody was built up for this particular job, to work with a team for doing this particular thing, and and sources doing this a different way. They're talking about these credentials and these documents. It's gonna be done a different way, and so we're gonna see what's really going on. We just gonna go ahead and do something outside the box, is all I'm gonna say. Hold on, I'm doing something. Go ahead. So we're gonna just go ahead and do something outside the box. I'm feeling real jumpy right now. And again, I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, ain't nobody obsessed with nobody and nothing but the damn truth. Okay, the truth like Ruth, and we gonna find out, because I feel like, again, this is about my livelihood. It's either now, meaning within this time frame, the next 6 months or so, or never. Because again, they have already made it to a certain distance with this plan that they've conspired to keep me out of nation building when it comes to building in the Americas. Like I would just even say that there's like fear or something where they have gone to the extent, some kind of fear or something where they have gone to the extent to, conspire this whole thing behind the scenes to make sure that, a certain someone doesn't even have a chance. So I keep seeing that outnumbered that they keep having on the mass media. Okay. And I feel like that's also a subconscious kind of thing to like let somebody know that you're outnumbered. We got this over here. We already did this and that, and that's just it. And it made me think about that ⵍଈ_Σᴜ clip too lately that was saying, oh no, this is her first wedding or whatever. And she, she deserved this and ain't nobody gonna mess this up. And I'm just saying, if it got something to do with that White House or if it got something to do with that divine masculine, whatever they got going on over that motherfucker is null and void. You understand what I'm saying? Again, because I'm talking about subliminally, okay? Or allegorically. Because, everything always you gotta use something to cut that thing open. No, don't put that on your eye. Don't put that on your eye. So again, like can't nobody just choose to move somebody out the way of something that they supposed to be, that they're anointed and ordained to do, and think that you're going to just be able to move in and just start planning somebody else's shit. That is, and see, if we knew the real way that energy works and the real way that source works, we would know. We would know what this is. We would be able to identify this. But whatever this is, like I said, it's like a girl in a jar. And again, she can't do nothing in that jar but she's collecting a lot of have collected interest over time, right? Of people that try to think that they can open up the jar and throw somebody in there to entertain this woman. Now, again, this is not physical for me. You see what I'm saying? I think that they're creating, they're either trying to send energies into my dreams or my sleep. Somehow, I think possibly it could even be, like I said, we could be dealing with some sleepwalking or some other kind of energy with people, or either somebody dealing with something more on a secret level that they're not saying. It's almost like a narcissistic God would be in charge and would give his, secretly divorce his wife, take on another wife that look like they fit the part a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody that they've been, having a second something with behind the scenes over time. Okay. And then, it would seem as though, again, and this is just alleged, right? This is just sci-fi. We just talking about what if. We just asking questions and things like that. We're not accusing of anybody of anything, are we? We just talking. Okay? So there's this energy, right, about this, somebody going back to work now. And I'm thinking it's like somebody had somebody by the balls. Because it seemed like, all these people supposed to feel the way they feel about me at some point in time. What made them go this way? Money, possibly. I don't know. This part is all over the place, but that's what it feels like. It feels like somebody got me in this jar and they keep on throwing these spirits or throwing these, energies in to try to entertain me. Again, maybe, I don't know, some kind of way. It's just like this visual that I keep getting. And I feel like there's gossip about this. While these people are looking astute and they're out there dressed to the T and playing these parts, these people are trying to slander me, slander my name. They're spying on me and exposing the information to make it look like I'm not this, that, or I'm not dealing with my own stuff and I haven't been left here to deal with trauma. And every time they try to kick me down, I get back up and keep on moving. They, but they're dissecting everything I do. They're probably, in these groups or these meetings that they have, they probably sit here and watch the videos of me and talk about me and do all these things and stuff and slander me and stuff like that. That's the crucifixion or having somebody on the cross. Right. And they send these ideas and these plots and all of these things to me. You know what I'm saying? And those just the thorns in the crown here to hurt my feelings or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's I feel like it's sickening because I kind of can see this very clearly over time now. I can see this shit happening very clearly. I can see somebody even making money off of things that they're doing to me. Right. So it's almost like somebody like God selling his wife off to the game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he got embarrassed because he saw something that he didn't like or something like that. Or these people spied and dug up something like an email or something like this or a conversation. And then they sit there and they're and this person, because somebody was reading off some stuff about a certain type of narcissistic person today. Covert or something that was. Okay, narcissist. And I was like, that is right off the top. But I think this is also one of these females that might be dealing with, because I'm thinking narc and nymph energy. And we ain't gonna name no names of who's the what. I'm just saying, I'm thinking narc and nymph. Okay. So it's kind of just like this energy where I'm just on this quest for truth, where again, it's not, these people are not going to get in it's almost like the scriptures we were just reading the other day. You walk around here with your smirk and your cocky and your haughty and your arrogant ways or whatever. And that's what I feel. That's how they do. That's how they do. And then it leave me in suspense and questioning. That's how they do. That's how the energy flows. Okay. That's how it flows. And then at the same time, you know, they're even getting more hurt now, because it's almost like those one lyrics that said, you know, I don't want to, I hate hearing about all the somebody that you've been with or something like that. And it's like, you know, you can't be, if you're going to be with me, you can't be messing around with everybody. Something about, you know, something about how they feel about it. Okay, whatever. All right. So it just made me think like, you know, somebody is doing something illegal here. Somebody is doing something illegal here. And I don't know, like I said, if this is something holographic or this is something, like I said, from astral energy. Also, you know, when it comes to astral projecting, or when it comes to, you know, what are we really dealing with here? We in 2022, and certain equipment have been left behind, billions of dollars worth of it, millions or whatever. And so you would have to think and I tell y'all, you could call me what you want, you could say what you want, but it keep on bringing me back to that movie, because I know that some of this stuff is just projected and it's, you know, whatever, but it brings me back to that movie about the invisible man with that fucking suit. You know what I'm saying? It just be tripping me out sometimes, right? Because that could also just be talking about something else here too. Okay. We could be talking about like that meta energy from, you know, Facebook supposedly lying to us. You know, it could be something more to that here, because I've noticed that I haven't seen so many naked women. Okay. I haven't seen so many naked women in, like forever, like on my, whenever time I get on Facebook, the story, there's naked women all, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? You know, it's just like, there's something else going on with this whole thing. And I want to get down to the bottom of it. You know, this is about, and I feel like we talk about things like this on this platform, the personal attacks and the personal things, because again, I feel like this resonates with whatever's supposed to be going on with that White House. All right. But at the same time, I did notice that when I thought this whole thing through, which was just like at a random moment today after whatever happened today, it just was like, wait a minute. I turned on the TV and I saw that there's like some freedom convoy or something that's getting started. Okay. And so I said, you know what? This is a sign. Because I felt like getting out, getting some fresh air and taking a drive with my daughter, we both were just like coming back to life. You know, it's almost like wherever we are is not a good place for like a higher elevated something of thought. It's like something is blocking that. It's like keeping people in like, maybe like the 3D is also just like, you know, when we're talking about the caste system or class, like you can only be in the commoner, peasants, and servants. You don't get to it doesn't let your brain rise to the level of being with the merchants or the gods, right? And at some point in time, I started off in that energy of the all-seeing eye and just also getting information coming in, swarming in. And it was kind of overwhelming for a moment, right? But then again, it started to go down lower and lower and lower. And it seemed like it was just like some technical difficulties, okay? It didn't seem like it was what it was for me. But I noticed when I leave this area, things change. My playlist changes on Pandora. My mindset changes. You know what I'm saying? It's like a level of ascension here. So definitely this makes me think about, you know, the Christ energy that they killed between the two pillars. Okay. It also gives me a trail in Never Ending Story, having to run through those two pillars. It's just a lot of this two pillar energy here with the moon and the sun, right? That two pillar energy here. Okay. Definitely. I've had these visions or these dreams about these feminine energies, especially the mountainous ones within the community, the so-called indigenous community, at hotel rooms, in lingerie, or what. It's just some weird dreams that I be having, these visions that I be having, dude. And, it's like, something about these masculines, like it's something, man. It's something that's just tripping me out. I just need to know. I feel like there's some whole, like, and all these people they real cool with each other because they already been doing this behind my back for a very long time. It's just something going on here. Like, I don't know the level of it. You know what I'm saying? Whether they doing it, I'm not saying that they are doing it at the White House. I'm just saying whatever, these are people that think or know that something is about to be changing with the narrative here. And they are prepping themselves to play those parts. And I'm talking about people linking up, marriages and shit happening and things like this or whatever. Partnerships and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like there's private flights and things like that included in this. It's just like I be having these dreams that's so real. And it's like the whole thing about it every time is I'm the odd man out while somebody's just taking these little, they had me trapped up in this. And then every time when they put one of these energies in there into this jar, it's like this vision or this dream. So every time they put somebody in this jar, right, they end up dying in there. But they don't understand that whatever somebody has done to my mind or my subconscious doesn't allow me, to actually reciprocate that energy. I feel it like in my soul, but they can't. I don't think that they can. They were fighting for the soul of America. Okay. So again, I feel like it either feels like they tried to, or they stole my fucking soul. You know what I'm saying? Or I know that that's what they're after. So I'm keeping it safeguarded. You know what I'm saying? They might get in my mind, they can hurt my feelings or whatever. They can mess with my heart, but the soul, I just have to have that, you know what I'm saying? I have it protected, man. And so it's just that energy. Like it's, on a soul level, there's only one person that has me on the soul level, on that soul plane. And that is whatever divine masculine this is supposed to be. Okay. So nobody else can have access to that. Everything else is blocked off, just like the Empress sits. Everything else is blocked off. The Kundalini, you know what I'm saying? Not to get too specific, but there's really not nothing going on around here. In real life, we talking about a celibate woman that have not been really messing around for the past year or so. Okay. And so in real life, that's what it is. But in another, either somebody's trying to project something or somebody's doing something illegal behind the scenes with some type of equipment, some kind of drugs or something to people in their sleep. And that's just all I have to say. Okay. So again, it's either or. Okay. It's either or. And we talk about stuff and that's the new form of trafficking, if you get what I'm saying here. All right. Where people don't have to go to a certain location no more. They can just, you get what I'm saying? Okay. So I'm just telling y'all about like a lump sum of dreams, visions, and writings and stuff. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm writing. It's kind of like I had to go into the ether to find something to write it. But it actually feels like it's something that either happened to me, or someone like me. Okay. Somebody in my likeness. And the scary part is lately, it's like somebody's trying to steal my vassal or steal my something, because I'm starting to feel, intoxicated when I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? These particular things. Or I'm feeling like lightheaded or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like even the energy of the moon and the energy of maybe Georgia or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody's playing in my fucking energy to adapt or to train something, dude. This shit is, at the end of the day, I know what I'm talking about. Okay. And I feel like people are I have to be very careful at this point in time, because we have it right now where these masculines and these people are trying to use these principalities and rulers in these high places, right? They're trying to use whatever they can to write me off as being some kind of way. And if we allow this to happen to one person here, if we allow people to hijack or use cyber police tactics to hijack people when they might be in danger, or they might be, you know what I'm saying? And again, if it was harming me, then somebody should just clearly tell me, hey, and this is why if you're supposed to be in the game, but nobody is coaching you. There's no stylist. There's no nothing. Right. So again, somebody is setting you up to fail. There's no rule book here. So whose rules am I following but God's? You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, these people, I feel like they know they can't really touch me, man, but they're going to keep on trying. They're going to keep on trying. And everything they do, they're trying to make it seem like it's my fault, this and that. So some things may be, of course, everybody has these things. But at the end of the day, I know what an attack is. And you're not going to be able to get me to feel the same way about somebody attacking me as I would me making a mistake. All right. So again, if there's something to be waiting for, a motherfucker should have came by here and told me already what we waiting for and why. Other than that, nah, I'm not there. Ain't no more sitting here waiting for a damn thing. I'm about to find out. It's just like that. It's just like that. It's just like that. I need to know. And when that happens, that happened. And it don't have nothing to do personally with the divine masculine. If that is something and this person is moved on and they doing whatever, that's fine with me. I'm not no damn stalker. I don't hold on to no motherfucking body that don't want to be held on to. It ain't never been me. It will never be me. I don't hunt nobody down for nothing. I'm looking for the truth. The truth is not a body. Okay? I don't know who is really at that address over there with this house, but I know one thing. I need to know. Something, the ancestors is, I was just telling my daughter, it's almost like, with the Indians or whatever, it's almost like riding their horses, getting on them horses and riding down them motherfucking White House, and knocking on the door. I need to know what the fuck going on, because the ancestors already told me what I'm supposed to do, and it was cool. I think that we were on track. Whatever this was, there was problems or something like that, I would just go ahead and do a video, respond. Everything was going fine. And I think somebody said, well, this shit is taking too long. We need to go ahead and sabotage this person, and then we need to be able to move on so we can start doing stuff our way. And I think there's this whole thing. Remember when I think Biden did his speech and everything, we saw these people on the teleprompter on the screen, all these different people. So like I said, I can see how that is the energy here. Like the tarot community, other communities that do certain things, they are playing their parts, their roles or whatever when it comes to the White House. They're doing it different. It's like a virtual something right now. Okay. But the thing is, I'm supposed to be in that house. So we're going to see. We're going to see. And again, I don't know who's alive and dead. Listen, the way I look at this thing is you never know what's going on. You never know what's going on. You never know what old clips might be being shown to you. I know one thing, they said that the revolution won't be televised. And I know one thing, that there's a lot of, what do I want to say? That there is a lot of, you can't believe everything that you even see with your own eyes no more. You can't believe everything you hear, and you can't believe everything that you see. And if I have to even question, with the type of person that I am that fights for America, and it's all about America, and every day is about America as a whole for me, if something seemed like it's